Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Whoa, I look so big there. The picture is so big. I just wanted to come on and say hello. We're going to jump right into it. I'm so sorry that I'm late. Hey, Bendy.
Hey, babe. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good.
So I know that you have a live right after this at 7. And I know that Melissa's live after that. So I want to get started so we're not wasting too much time. But yeah, what is your live tonight about? Just real quick before we get into this.
Well,
I'll redirect too.
oh, thank you, babe. You don't have to do that. Okay, so I just want to catch people up. Lori has a hearing that's currently going on, and you guys, oh my gosh, you got to be there. Please be there. You cannot miss this. Okay. All right. The second thing is that there's a trial I'm currently covering, Linda Sturmer. There was some chaos at lunch that we didn't get to see that y'all are going to want to see. And then the third case is Victoria Goodwin. She was at her arraignment, and I want to hear what she had to say because I think that Erin Goodwin speaks, but I can't remember, and I haven't watched it all the way through. So, yes.
Well, I will set the redirect so people can go over and listen when we're done here.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and hey, you guys, hey, everyone in the chat. I'm happy to see you guys. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up to where we left off.
Okay.
I'm already getting stressed out over being mad. I know I'm going to be mad over this, but
we're gonna keep it right and tight, you guys. No Jen Lou getting into the weeds, none of that. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to get right into it.
Or me getting into the weeds. Okay. All right. Here we go. Because I can do it too. You know, I am known to say 20-minute goodbyes. I will not be doing that today. So, okay, here we go.
7:43 p.m.
Hey there.
Is this a good time?
Yeah, I tried to get the call the first time and it just disconnected us. So I don't know.
When it goes to voicemail, it just auto refuses.
No, it didn't go. It didn't go to voicemail. I was trying. I was trying to pick it up. So.
Okay. Are you at home?
Yes. Why?
Oh, I was just wondering if you were around, if both of you guys were there.
We're both here.
All right. So did you hear from my attorney yet?
Yes.
Okay, so you got the news then that they filed this morning to seek the death penalty.
Yeah.
How are you guys holding up?
Well, we're just waiting for this to play out. So, you know.
Yeah.
So Debbie, your mother said that you were officially charged with murder. I didn't know about seeking the death penalty. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, well, it was always a possibility.
Oh my God. I have to pause there. That's wow. I just can't imagine how they must feel in that moment. And like as parents, even though, you know, however you feel about them, they may be enabling, but so were Casey Anthony's parents, and they didn't deserve, you know, everything they got. So I don't know. How do you feel?
I mean, I would imagine that would be a very difficult phone call to get from your child, regardless of the circumstances, right? I mean, you know, they know Stephan since he was a baby. He's their child. It's different than how we were introduced to him. So I can't imagine, getting that call.
No,
at all.
Me neither, man. Damn.
At all. But then again, at least they get a courtesy, right? They're told that they're going to seek the death penalty. Did anybody call Maddie herself or any of her family and friends and let them know that she was about to get the death penalty? I don't think so.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? You're exactly right. So, hey, they don't have nothing to complain about.
That's right. There'll be plenty of time before should he be convicted, should they choose capital punishment, even though Florida's pretty quick, you still get automatic appeals. It still takes a little bit. So even if he were to waive his automatic appeals, there's still a hearing on can he, if he's even of sound mind to do that, blah, blah, blah. So they would still have a heck of a lot more warning than Maddie's loved ones ever had.
Absolutely. Okay, and the redirect is set.
Yay, thank you so much. I appreciate you do that, babe, but I appreciate it.
No, I want to, and you're welcome. Okay, here we go. I love to do it, especially for you and Melissa. But if sometimes you just don't have time or whatever, But while we're sitting here listening, I'm not reading anything. It's easy to set it.
What's Melissa doing tonight?
I think
Idaho?
she's doing Wade stuff.
Wade stuff. Okay. All right.
Still on that photo dump.
Okay. I'll send her. I'll pay it forward and I'll give a redirect to hers.
Oh,
Not
that's
that she
awesome.
needs it, but
No, it's still cool. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
And the level they charge me at, obviously, if they seek it, there's a good chance that they can get it. So at 10 o'clock this morning, they officially filed for intent to seek death.
Well, it won't happen for a long time, according to your attorney, if at all. And from what we heard, your judge does not like the death penalty. He thinks it's too lenient, and he would rather have you in jail for the rest of your freaking life.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah,
I hate to say it, but I'd rather have you on death row because you're in more seclusion and you're not really with the bulk of the population of the people.
Wow.
Well, I hate to say it, but I'd rather be on death row too because I agree with them. It makes a much easier way out.
Yes.
Oh my
I'd
God.
rather,
And like she said, there'll be appeal after appeal after appeal, and
yeah, she said it could take up to 25 years to finally get around to executing me if I'm found guilty.
Nope. I got to pause. I'm sorry. I'm not going to pause very much. I want us to get through at least a few calls, but dude, I have been saying like, this is the only person that I'm like, yes, death penalty. Yes, not anymore. Nope. If that's what you want, I hope and pray that you spend every single day of your life until you're 90 years old in that place. My God.
This is why I support whatever the family wants as punishment. But for me personally, I do think that for somebody like Stephan Sterns sitting on death row, he would be more protected. He'll have his own cell. He's in there 23 hours a day. I mean, it's just different on death row. Not to mention the fact he's right. He will get automatic appeals. It won't take 20 to 25 years. That's ridiculous. But Florida's a lot quicker than that. But whatever, Stephan, regardless, I think that it's the same thing. I don't think he should be, I don't think him or I just don't think he should be given the luxury that he never afforded his victim, which is to know when he's going to die.
Yeah, I agree with you. My God. Okay.
But let me just say this, even on death row, even though they are more protected than, say, if they were not on death row, they'll be housed similarly, right? So all the people that are the kind of person that he is, they're all together, okay? However, even on death row, they're not 100% protected. So there is that. It's a little harder. That's all.
Yeah. Like Letitia, you made me think of her in that similarly situated. She doesn't think it's violent people, but
Letitia, you is violent hoe.
That's all. Yes, that's all. Very violent. Okay.
Yeah, and by that time you might welcome it, but we won't be here to see it.
By that time, it's about all I've got in me to serve anyway, so.
Yeah.
I'll see what the point is.
Back in seclusion.
They said they put you back in seclusion?
Well, I've been in seclusion this whole time.
Well, that you're going to stay there or something? So I don't know. A lot of misinformation.
Yeah, well, I'm still in isolation, yes. I'm still in medical, although they moved me to a different cell here in medical, but this one has a bed at least, or I should say a platform to put my mat on. But, I'll be moved again because eventually they're going to need this cell back. Because it's got a restraint.
Any word on the books?
No. Were you able to follow up with the mailroom on Monday?
Well, we tracked the order and it was delivered to Seminole, so we know it was delivered.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get a hold of anybody.
Oh, okay. You can't call the facility.
He still hasn't gotten the books. Wow. And this is a week later. I think the last one was June 1st or 2nd, so nearly a week later.
Nobody cares about your damn books, Stephan. Just sit there and think about what you did.
Okay, sorry. My train of thought. I lost my train of thought because I saw one of the kids come out of the house next door. Okay, let's keep going. Oh yeah, I did also want to say that I saw like some of you guys have heard these calls, but you just want to listen again. I want you guys to know I have not heard them at all. I kind of was just waiting until, we were watching together. And even if this isn't, we probably won't finish them today. And that's okay with me. Like just whenever we finish them is fine. I'm going to keep listening. This case, we went so deep on this channel. There's no way I can't react to all the calls. And at my own pace, I'm never really trying to be the first or whatever. I just want to do it with you guys. You know what I mean? So just so y'all know, I have not heard them yet. And Jen, have you heard any of them yet?
No, I've told you I would wait for you because
Okay.
yeah, I can't. This guy makes me so sick that I can't. One time is all I can do. So
Yeah.
if I can only do it once, I'm going to do it with Allie and you guys.
And I'm glad.
That's
I thought that you had said that, but then I was questioning myself. So I don't know. Okay, awesome. Here we go.
Okay.
Facility here and has to be transferred to the mailroom or something?
I don't know. They have a mailroom there. I guess I can call.
The mailroom is at a central distributing place.
Yeah, but they have to have a delivery. They have to have a delivery depot there to accept the mail.
I sort everything and send it to the proper people.
Yeah, I'll try again tomorrow.
Okay. But,
All right.
so yeah, I got the news earlier and told my attorney that I'd try to call you this evening, but you guys should hear it from her before you hear it from the news in case I can't get a hold of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're expecting a
Maybe.
little bit of blowback from that.
Yep, I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of ruckus and some people getting riled up. And
I'm cooking ravioli that I got to. Sorry, I'm caught me in the middle of cooking here, so I'm going to walk out to the kitchen.
no worries. I guess I took the news pretty well, though.
Well, okay, that's good.
I'm just remarkably calm about everything. I had this overwhelming sense of peace and serenity, and I don't know, maybe that will change, maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm just weird as it sounds.
For some reason, we thought that we were right around the corner, I guess. Less than an hour from Orlando, and I said, we're 3 hours.
So, I mean, our understanding and impression is that you didn't do this, so why do you feel at peace and serenity with it?
I don't know. I guess whatever happens, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to be accepted? Going to be the fall guy for this? Is that the deal?
Good question, Dad.
Well, I think between that and the prospect of spending the rest of my natural life in a very miserable place before I eventually die alone with no one to care about me or give a shit that I've passed on, I don't know. I think.
Well, I mean, I think whoever's involved in this needs to have justice served on them. I mean, if you're not part of this, then let's get that cleared up. I mean, it's not for you, for the family.
I'm pretty positive that this was all an accident.
Whoa. First of all, we have to pause here and discuss this. Dad is asking the right questions. You know what I mean? He really is. But like, wait a minute. So why are you so calm about this? Why are you at peace with this? If you're innocent and you're or going to prison for something for the rest of your life, how are you at peace just a couple months in? And I mean, red flag, right? Thanks, Dad, for seeing that. But I'm pretty sure this was all an accident. The fuck?
I mean, the level of ridiculous ass bullshit is too high. It wasn't an okay. There is part of me that does think that Stephan had something else in mind, and that her death, that part of it was actually an accident. Like, he did not mean to kill her,
Yeah, for sure.
but he did. I don't care whether he meant to or not. At the end of the day, that was the end result. And then you couple that with everything that he had been doing to her since she was 8 years old.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Get
But
bent, boy, bruh.
But
I
he
don't care.
said, I'm pretty sure, though, that's like it wasn't him. You know
I
what I mean?
think, yeah. I think that this is my problem with people like Stephan and Watts. You know, they lead their family. Although we know how this turns out, they do eventually come around to accepting the truth. But in this moment, you know, he's leading his mom. Dad knows what's up. I think what we're getting from his dad mainly is Dad is saying the things that he's saying in the way that he's saying them because I don't think he believes anything this fool is saying. But he's trying to be supportive of his wife. That's what I think is going on with the dad. And because every once in a while he'll ask a question that you're like, he don't believe you. And but what he's doing to his mom is just as it's torture for her, because he's allowing her to believe that there's a glimmer of hope that he didn't do any of this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's
so
cruel.
messed up.
Yeah.
You're right. I never even thought about that. That is just gross. He literally cares about no one but himself.
Correct. He doesn't give a rat's fat kneecap about what he's doing to his mom by giving her this kind of hope when there is no hope. Like, you know, and it's because he doesn't want to face what he's actually done, because he's a coward ass punk. So, I mean, it's, you know,
Hey, you
he's
guys
just
coming in.
a bad human, an awful human, an evil human. That's it. He's just, ugh.
Yeah, I totally agree. Toby and Sprinkle Donut, Kimmy C, all you guys coming in, Bogart, everyone that's here. I'm really happy to see you guys. So thank you for being here. Trial Gazer says he's getting life for the CSAM. He took at least half of Maddie's short life before. Yeah, you're so right, before ending it.
Yeah, you're right. And Tisha did do it to Harley. It's cruel.
Yeah. Hey, Wolfie. Man. They did an interview. Yes, they did. I was thinking about it, Kelly. I think that was in July. Let me just take a look at that. Hold on, the date. I'm gonna get the date of that stream.
I think we decided, Ali, it was like September.
Oh, okay, because I looked it up already.
Yes.
I think I remember that
we
it
talked
was
about this. Yeah, it's September. And so they do come around to the truth. But I'm talking about what we're hearing like in this moment. I think it's cruel in that moment, especially given that, you know, it's a hard concept for any parent. Sorry for my loud chair. I just couldn't get comfortable. But, oh, hey, Wolfie. Just an afterthought. Rude. I'm just teasing. You know, I got to give Wolfie a little bit of hard time. But I just think in this moment, right after they hear that they're going to seek the death penalty, he's over here playing games like this and giving his mom hope. It's extra additionally cruel to his mom and his dad, who are clearly standing by him in this, you know, and I don't know what they're going to do moving forward, if they're still talking to him or what the deal is, But at the end of the day, it's just rude. It's cruel, not rude. Sorry. It's just
Yeah,
cruel.
it's both. Yeah, I agree. It is. And you're right. You have a good memory. I remember us looking that up, and it's September 21st. So, yes, about, what would that be? 3.5 months later? You know?
Yes. Got to
So-
do it like SpongeBob. 3.5 months later.
I can't do that. Thank you for doing
Yes,
it.
you can. Anybody can do it.
I don't know if I can say it right. The last word especially. But
Can we
okay.
also just take a moment to notice how small of an area is actually blurred when you really come down to brass tacks? The area that,
Dude, when they had him naked, I used his pictures like from the waist up for several thumbnails because it just made me laugh so hard thinking about making him be vulnerable and being like disgusting and on display.
on display. Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. On display is a good word for it because he also, the way that he left Maddie in that field,
There you go, yeah.
he put her on display as well in her most. You're just a piece of shit, Stephan Sterns. The end.
And then the sheriff's department put her further on display,
Yes, they did.
posting the photo on their Instagram.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
I'm not sure that any one person is to blame. Maybe no one's to blame, or maybe everyone's to blame a little bit. I'm not sure, but honestly, there's no grand conspiracy here to hurt her.
Were you awake when sent her into the room with you?
Yeah,
And she was fine when she came. Were you awake when sent her into the room with you?
yeah.
And she was fine when she came into your room. What time at night was that?
Maybe 11-ish or so. I'm not sure.
Okay, so she was fine. So what happened between 11 and whenever you found her?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I mean,
The way he said that, you are one psychotic. Ugh.
Well, he is a sick twist, isn't he?
Yeah.
Bruh, you know exactly what the fuck happened.
Well, that's the $1 million. He said it almost with joy.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad Dad's asking him questions, and he obviously knows this is recorded. Like he's
Of
still
course.
letting to ask his questions, which good.
Of course. Of
Wow.
course.
Okay. Hold on. You got to see this. So call me Sadie. Thank you so much for gifting a membership. I appreciate that. Wolfie said, in this moment, sing it, dear silly Wolfie. Thank you. I will sing it later, but right now, because this is so serious, maybe I was going to ask Jen too, but maybe we should just give you a little song later. Okay.
Yeah.
This is pretty disgusting and very serious, and I don't want to make light of it. I'm fine to laugh when we can, though, but just out of extra precaution.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But thank you so much, Wolfie. Okay, I'm sure you could do a great job with that one, though.
I said that, California Amy, that Stephan Sterns is romanticizing what happened, what he did, and what happened with. All of this, and with that disgusting poem. Yes, I said it. He's romanticizing what he did.
You also said that was a confession, right?
It was of sorts.
I agree with that. I do believe that as well.
Yes, and remember, for everybody that was talking about what role Jen Soto may have played, he said it in the last call we listened to. He said that he wishes that he would have gone downstairs and shook her awake. He's talking about Jennifer.
He did say that. And then he tried to twist it when Dad started pushing him on it a little bit, but he sure did. But don't forget, in that poem, he said, and by the way, if you guys want to see it, it's on the free tier on my Patreon, but I'm not going to pull it up because we're trying to get through. But one line was, my heart died with you. As you lied in my arms or something, my heart died with you. Well, that suggests that you were, at the very least,
very nearby.
Yeah. When it happened.
Yeah. When it happened. Yeah. Piece of shit.
Yeah.
And when you say you were out of the room for what length of time were you out of the room?
I don't know.
15 minutes?
No, I mean, I left the room a couple of times. The first time I left to go to the bathroom. Second time I was out of the room for maybe a couple of hours or so, maybe more. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, that was plenty of time for the one-armed man to do it.
Well, without getting into too much detail, she was acting kind of weird before she went to sleep. So I don't know what was going on there. But,
Acting weird.
weird before she went to sleep.
Plenty of time for the one-armed man to do it.
Well, without getting into too much detail, she was acting kind of weird before she went to sleep. So I don't know what was going on there. But,
Acting weird. Like having difficulty?
just strange behavior, acting loopy.
Oh.
Like that. So I'm not
Has
sure.
she been drugged?
I have. I honestly can't get into too many details just because I don't want to hurt my case, but I have some suspicions in that regard.
Oh my God. Is this another confession? Because we have wondered about this with
Yes,
his
we
search.
have.
Oh my God. With his searches, with like kind of what
Mhm.
your theory was with the used to be
Mhm.
at least with the ex-girlfriend. And we
Mhm.
know that he's given her a double dose of her medicine at
Mhm.
times. Yep, I know. Trial grades out. That's what I'm thinking too. He's
And
probably
he,
that because he must have seen the toxicology.
yes, and he also, remember, there's a lot to an autopsy report, okay? Not just toxicology. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about potential pregnancy or anything like that. I'm talking about they can tell how she died. They can, whether he was whether she was strangled, smothered, all of those different things, other injuries, old, healed injuries. Those show up at autopsy. So
Yeah.
he did say that the autopsy was surprising.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I don't think he counted on, I don't think he thought that they could, yeah.
He's leaking. And then EMT
Mhm.
Rick says there's the movie The Fugitive. I've never seen it. Jen's probably seen it, but
Yes.
the one-armed man was the real killer.
Yes.
Wow. So is dad kind of being a smartass? That's enough time for the one-armed man to get in there.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. I thought she was strangled. I don't know why, but she was, Brandy.
But let me just say so the theory about the one-armed man, he did turn out to be the real killer. Harrison Ford plays the fugitive. He was the one, yes, charged and convicted of his wife's murder. Okay. But he had an actual innocence claim. So I'm not exactly sure what this fool is doing. What he's taught, what this, I shouldn't say that. I'm not sure what his father is referencing when he's referencing the fugitive, because Stephan Sterns is not actually innocent of anything.
Right, but I think he's being like kind of smart aleck,
Like a
like
tongue in cheek.
like
Mm.
as I don't think he believes him, but I think he's like trying to give him rope.
Yeah.
way.
Yes.
Just his
It's
tone
not
was
a really old movie, Pointer Lover. My gosh.
let me see when it came out. And then Brandy, she was, because we saw in the police documents that the manner of death, is that what it is? Because I always get them confused, was strangulation, and that she had a broken hyoid bone. I think
Yes. So the manner of death is like the homicide,
okay.
right? The cause of death would
There
be strangulation.
I
Yeah.
always say it backwards when I'm just like, well, not always. Sometimes I'll surprise myself, but a lot of times. Okay, so it's a 1993 film, but it's based
Oh,
on
Jesus.
the 1960s. Hold on, is it a film or a book? Let me find it. I clicked on it to expand, and then I lost it.
Pointer Lover said, I'm 65 and old. maybe I'm particularly sensitive today because I was at the store with Livy while Allie looks this up, and Livy said,
Oh, okay, yeah.
"Be careful, Granny." We were out in the gardening section and they had watered. "Be careful, Granny. I don't want you to fall. You're old."
Oh my gosh. Aw.
But she was looking out for me, and it just, but yeah.
So it is based on a 1960s show with the same
Mhm.
name. So
Yeah.
that's really old. But so what's he talking about then? Brandy, I'm suspecting that she also had that as well. And that I don't know, because he had said at another point, well, I think let's let him keep going because I think they're
Yeah,
gonna get
yeah. Let's let him talk.
Okay. Here we go. We'll give them both enough rope. Here we go.
We are
Give 'em-
generous. Allie and I are benevolent overlords. We'll give you plenty of rope.
Yes. Exactly. All that you need.
Whether it was given to her by anyone or whether she helped herself, there are reasons to believe she may have done that as well.
But
Herself, there are reasons I have some suspicions in that regard. Whether it was given to her by anyone or whether she helped herself, there are reasons to believe she may have done that as well.
but
I can't,
okay.
obviously can't get into too much detail.
No,
I'll stick
I
to
know.
the case, and my attorney will tear my throat out with her bare teeth if I flap my lips too much.
Okay.
Well, you need to be flapping them to her.
I'm giving notes to her. One of the social workers whose specialty is dealing with people who are looking at the death penalty. She'll be here Monday, so I'll pass some more notes through her to my attorney Alicia, and I guess some more lawyers are going to be hopping on board at this point. There's going to be a whole team working on this. But
Four more attorneys.
it's going to be an all hands on deck kind of thing.
Well, I had a long conversation with them today, so I just, there's some things that cannot be passed off as you didn't do it. As you know, there's too much evidence to it. But I told them, I said, "You're still my son, and I don't hate you, and I do not believe in my heart. I do not believe that you killed that child. You loved her too much, and she loved you, and I just don't think I don't think it happened that way. So if it was an accident."
Had a lot of wonderful plans for the week, and we were all looking forward to it. And we were all very happy to be reunited. It had been months since we'd all seen each other, and there's no reason that I would have given all of that up for literally no reason to hurt her and trade it all in for this.
No, there isn't. But there's jealousy on the other side too. I mean, if she told you, "I hope you don't leave me for my daughter," that tells me that she was thinking about that for a while.
Well, it said half jokingly, but it's just one of those.
Well,
again, I don't want to go into too much detail, but there's a lot of shit going on, But,
yes, I do. I have nightmares imagining what you're living right now.
I'm okay.
And
it sucks. It's just a terrible place, and I've heard other inmates in the cells next to me talking about it. Those that have been in and out of correctional institutions their whole lives, and they say of all the county jails they've been to, this one is by far the worst.
well, she actually, Rebecca said that today too. She said they are much more paranoid and they're stricter than they would have been in Orange County.
Yeah, they don't regard your rights as being as too important here either. They don't treat you like a human being. They're very antagonistic here as well. And mental health can hold you in these cells in isolation against your will for as long as they want to under the guise of self-harm protocols.
Uh-huh.
Even if you qualify for bail or bond, they can just keep holding you here and not let you walk free until they're, quote unquote, decide you're not a danger to yourself, and they can decide that for whatever reason they dream up.
Yeah.
It's all very, very, really murky.
Yeah, the whole thing is murky right now.
Yeah, a lot of people lose their mind in this place.
Well, I can see that happening.
Yep. And, you know, I hear and see people that go into these isolation cells like I'm in, they start losing it completely and breaking down after 2.
Okay, that is true, but I don't give a damn. He can be, and see, I stopped myself from the F word there, and I chose damn, but I really wanted to use the F word, but I'm trying to chill a little bit. I don't care what he's going through. He deserves it, and I'm sorry, but Mom, you literally went from, I spoke to the attorneys for a long time. There are some things you can't deny. She actually said, hold on, because I commented it. You can't put off. Hold on. Let me find it actually, because I don't want to get this wrong. Passed off. There are some things that can't be passed off as someone else did it or you didn't do it. So what do you mean, Mom, passed off as? So are you saying he can pass off that, like you think that he can get away with saying Jen took her life, but he can't get away with blaming her because of the photos, right? She's clearly talking about the photos. You go straight from that. And I don't care. I still love him. He's my son. See, I'm getting mad because this is bullshit. You go straight from that into, I have nightmares about what you're going through. Are you kidding me? What about what Maddie went through for years? And even if your concern is your son, like, you're so insensitive, lady. Like, for real. Think about it. Think about your words. And I get you're on the phone with him, but damn it, man. That's gross. I'm sorry. It shows me just exactly what they care about. And that is obviously their son, but even willing to pass off shit that he's done on other people. I don't like it. That's all. Oh, Jen will be right back. So let's keep listening. It's really annoying. All right, here we go.
2 or 3 days.
So you're stronger than that.
Yep, I've been in here for over 3 months now in isolation, and I've never once lost it like that, so.
But you know what? Truth be told, you've never been one that needed to have people around you. You didn't need it. It's nice to have them, but you don't need it.
You know, it's just.
Yeah.
I just keep telling myself that there are people that have survived worse than this, and this is not going to kill me, and this is not going to break me.
Okay. Don't let it.
No, I won't. I'm determined not to.
Know that we're here.
And I keep telling myself.
I understand that if we can get this car sold, or we can get some money for your account there, I understand that you can actually, like, maybe pay $5 to see a movie or something on those tablets.
I don't know about that.
It's like a penny. I don't know if it's a penny a word or what it is with the text messages, but you have to keep them brief.
Okay.
Hey, while I'm thinking of it, can you, that smart connections or communications, can you send your passwords for some of your accounts, especially Spotify, because I keep getting billed for months?
Okay. He ain't sending you his passwords, maybe for Spotify, but MK, thank you for being a member for 26 months. Allie, we're going to need your cussing to get through this. Hey, I used damn and several other ones as I went, but, and Kimmy, thank you so much for the super chat.
I'll say for Spotify.
If nothing else, I'll do it for the social work on
I'm so sorry. I don't know why there was a glitch just now.
Monday. And I keep telling myself every day, repeating this mantra, you know, patience and
wait,
faith,
I had
patience
something
and
to
faith.
say.
I just have to have patience and faith.
Go for it.
Okay. Oh, God, now I forgot. Oh, the passwords. Dad stands on business over here. Hey, I need your password because I keep getting billed. He couldn't even pay for his own Spotify.
No.
Y'all know how cheap, y'all know how a Spotify account is not that expensive. You need to stop, Stephan. Ugh.
Oh, interesting. Lisa says in another call, he said he had a severe mental collapse when he first got there, was seeing things and panicked with anxiety. You flip-flop liar.
I'm sure
Is
he
that
was,
nice?
I will say this, due to the crime that he's charged with. See, remember, when he was first charged, he was charged with a CSAM related to Maddie.
Mhm.
Okay, just that crime alone should have scared the crap out of him to be in jail.
Yeah.
Okay, so he probably was scared. He probably did have some anxiety. I don't give a rat's fat kneecap, though, about his anxiety. You should be having anxiety for the rest of your days,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, that would be actually giving you a better life than you deserve if you had anxiety for every day for the rest of your life.
Correct. If that's all you have. Why don't
Yeah.
you be in, you should be in fear. What you should be in fear is the fear that Maddie had probably every single night of her life since she was 8 years old. Is he going to come in my room tonight? And now you are going to get to experience that same fear for the rest of your days. And I hope that they are long.
Yeah. Actually, I hope so. You're worried about somebody coming into your room. Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah. He will be worried about that for the rest of his life. As long as he's in jail and as long as he's in prison, that's what he's going to be worried about, that he's going to get got.
Yeah. Good. He should. You're right.
Yup.
Yes, you do.
And I keep praying to God for deliverance, and I just have this overwhelming sense of serenity, and I hope that's His way of telling me it's all going to be okay. Even if not,
Well,
it's
regardless, what it is, Stephan, it's His way of letting you know that regardless of what happens on earth, you've asked for forgiveness, He's forgiven you, and you're not going to be penalized further.
I'll try to call you back in 15 minutes, but if you don't hear from me, I'll call back in the next couple of days.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
The time is 8:20 p.m.
Hello again.
Hello.
I'm not sure if it's his phone number or the system, but I'm picking it up on the second ring and it disconnects.
Interesting. Yeah, it's probably the system.
Yeah.
They're janky.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got, as of the beginning of this call, I've got like $13 left in the debit account for calls and like $2 left in my commissary. So,
Okay.
what was I saying before? Yes, patience and faith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep repeating that mantra to myself every day. Patience and faith. Patience and faith. No matter what, patience and faith. God will see me through.
Did you get glasses?
No. I'm still not 100% convinced that I actually need them. The times that I was squinting down at the paper, I had just woken up from a nap or I had not slept that night. So it was probably just my eyes had not gotten going or were just strained and weary. Because, I'm reading books now, and, the distance I'm reading them at, I can see the text fine. So I'm going to hold off on the glasses for the time being.
All right.
Romans is all about God's forgiveness for you, so read Romans.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm reading through Exodus, which is all about God's deliverance from hardship and having faith in Him.
Yeah.
So I'm putting a lot of my hopes on the deliverance aspect. I've asked for forgiveness, but I'm hoping for deliverance.
Well, I will tell you as a Christian that the Old Testament is pre-Jesus, and Jesus is the only way you're going to get to God, and you only get to God through talking with Jesus. So I would get rid of Exodus and start at the beginning of the New Testament.
I pray to Jesus as well,
Okay, so I don't have too much to say about the religious stuff. I don't, everybody has their beliefs, whatever. We do have to pause for fair use. I would have paused sooner, like at the break of the call, but I had a major spill here.
Oh no, not the boba.
It was actually toothpicks and a couple other things, but the toothpicks went all over, like it busted open, and they went all over the floor. So I was picking it up, but I am done now. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I get people get religious when they're desperate. I just don't know that God or Jesus, I know they say everyone can be forgiven, but I just don't feel like that they would be very welcoming to you, Stephan, right now.
Yeah, you know me. I don't listen. I know that I'm going to need, some letters of explanation and some character witnesses, mainly because I had kids out of wedlock. That's really the worst sin that I committed, but I kept doing it over and over. So I clearly wasn't repentant. So I don't want to, I don't want to speak to, I don't know how it all works. I don't.
Thanks, me neither. But I definitely
His walk with God and Jesus is his own.
That's true, but you know what? I just don't see you get to abuse a child like this, and then you get to say to your little mommy on the phone, "Oh, but I talk to Jesus all the time and ask for deliverance." And I understand, like Christians do believe that, all sins can be forgiven, but whatever. I just, in this case, it's hard for me to accept that. I don't know, but anyway, just being honest. In this case, that's a real hard one to swallow.
It is.
Oh my God, Titanium. Wait until you hear his mom say Maddie is probably waiting for him in heaven. Whoo! I'm glad you warned me about that because I didn't know. Oh my God. Okay. Whoa.
Also, the fact that he keeps talking about deliverance, another movie reference that he is unintended. It just reminded when he keeps saying deliverance, it reminds me of the movie. I'm just going to leave it there. If you know, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
A lot of people automatically get religious when they go to jail. That's all I'm going to say. Is that legit? Is that real? Are you truly forgiven if it's not real? And I don't mean your desperation. I get that's real, but nah. Okay,
yes, Gen X, Gen 8, it is. It's a hard watch. It's a one time, and that's that.
Pray to God, and these things I pray in the name of our Lord and Jesus Christ. I've prayed to Jesus for forgiveness as well, and asked him not to strike my name from the book of life.
Okay.
Just before we keep listening, I wanted to tell Anne-Marie. So that's been happening to me too, listening to YouTube. Like the screen will go black, but I'll still get the sound. So you have to exit out and just come back in. That works for me anyways. Like maybe just close the whole entire app down and come back in. Okay, sorry, Benny.
I talk to God a lot, and, things have been bad. I've been suffering a lot here. But I think it is a test of faith. I just have to endure this and survive it. And, things have taken a very grim turn, obviously, but, also things do get darkest just before the dawn, and I sincerely hope that I will have a dawn. But,
well, it can't get worse, can it?
Well, I don't know about that. I'm sure things could always get worse.
It can always get worse.
I don't know what's left.
Different population.
Mom knows. Gen
I'm
Pop.
sorry. I'm talking about Charlie's head.
Yeah, well, it's true. I guess murder one is about as bad as it can get, and the death penalty is about as extreme as it can go.
Yeah.
I don't even know what method they use down here.
What?
Lethal injection, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, it's lethal
I
injection,
guess
but I
that's
would
not
be
so bad,
willing
right?
to
You go
get
to sleep and then
old
you go to
Sparky
heaven.
repaired. Sorry. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I wouldn't mind seeing him in the electric chair.
Yeah, I would definitely contribute to that. Let's bring back old Sparky.
Yeah. Hell, firing squad. I actually don't know because he wants it. So screw that. The fact that he wants the death penalty has made me completely turn my opinion around on that. See how easy that was to change my mind?
Oh.
So, I wonder if they still do last
I think they
meals
give
as
you
a
a
special
tranquilizer,
request.
but you get what?
Del Taco?
I was thinking more like an entire Little Caesars pizza, some Mexican candy,
Oh my God.
2 liter of cherry Coke.
I don't think you get a Little Caesars. You may get a frozen pizza, though.
No.
No, they get you what you want.
I don't
No,
know.
they don't.
Within
You should really
reason.
look into that.
Do they not?
It's a whole, okay. It depends on where you are and it depends on what the budget is.
Ooh.
There's a whole video on YouTube about a guy in prison who's in charge of making the inmates on death row their last meal. And in that particular prison, they're limited on the amount of money that the food can cost, number one, and number two, in that prison, you have to have it has to be something that's available. I mean, it can't be like a crazy request. They can order it in, but it's like an ingredient. But then there are other prisons where, yeah, you can. It just depends.
Yeah, because I have seen, I've looked up articles of, famous last meals, that kind of thing.
Me too. That's how I found out about the West Memphis 3.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes, I was looking up prisoners' last meals, and you could search, and I put in Damien Eccles, and then everything but that came up because there was no last meal for him, and the judge set his execution date at the end of the trial. It was May 5th.
Wow, that's so interesting. And I'm so sorry. I know I coughed in y'all's ear. I was really trying to get to that mute before, and I was struggling, and then I accidentally unmuted it mid cough. But I'm really sorry, you guys. Well, it'll be interesting to see. But the fact that he's on there.
Uh-oh.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep I get getting this tickle in my throat.
Oh no.
The fact that he is on there planning this with his parents is just eerie to me. It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And I wonder what they must think hearing that. It's almost like an acceptance or
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on, if it's the allergies or I hit my vape a minute ago, but it didn't make me cough immediately. So I don't know. But yeah, it's okay.
I thought you were going to tell them they asked their mom to make her death by chocolate cake for you.
Well, just one of those is enough to fill your chocolate quota for the year.
Yeah.
Well, done.
But,
In lieu of a chocolate cake, we'll have to it has to raise to go ho-hos or something.
mm-hmm. Yeah, ho-hos, that's not bad. Or some zebra cakes.
Yeah.
I asked your attorney today if we sent the hard candies that you like, the Mexican candy and the coffee flavored candies straight from Amazon, if that would be allowed. And she said sometimes they allow seasonal stuff to be sent through, but she'll check on it.
Okay, well that'd be worth checking into.
So reminder of that, because it's not coming from us; it's coming straight from the distributor.
Yeah, I'm sure the hard candies would be fine. Probably not the lollipops because of the sticks, but certainly, hard candies like the Poporindo hard candies or the Revosaditas, those would probably, if they would allow things like that, those would be the most likely because, obviously I get hard candies through Commissary anyway.
Yeah, but I'm sure you're tired of root beer hard candy.
Yeah, well, I'd like to try the Jolly Ranchers or the sour fruit balls, but those always seem to be unauthorized item, which I think means sold out or out of stock, so. On this last order, though, I got some more spicy peanuts. I got some more coffees. I think I've got 28 coffees. left now, so I'm good on that for at least another week or two.
Just speed up
And,
the lunch talk or
I
whatever.
ordered.
How do you heat it?
What's that?
How do you heat it?
Well, the sinks have a hot and a cold tap, so if you let the water run for a little while on the hot tap, it'll actually get warm, and then, I mean, not hot, not steamy hot, but sufficiently hot to have some warm coffee.
Oh.
So I just dump it in there, and then I let the water flow into it, and I've got,
Weird.
I usually save over some extra paper spoons or whatever from meals that I didn't need them for, and use that to stir it. Okay. I ordered, on my last commissary run, I ordered a couple of seafood items. I ordered a pack of mackerel, and I ordered the sardines and the hot tomato sauce, but they didn't arrive. I guess it was out of stock.
Okay.
I figured, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll like them. Anyway, the mackerel arrived, though, and it's a fillet of mackerel in soybean oil.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like it might actually be decent. Got
Seafood.
good protein, though.
Yeah.
So,
Is canned like anchovies considered seafood, Jen?
I guess. I just like to say that I would like
Mackerel.
all of my fellow Mexicans to get together and let's make sure that Stephan Sterns can no longer get Mexican candy. I don't give a rat's fat kneecap where it comes from, whether it's mommy and daddy ordering it on Amazon or they somehow managed to get it on the commissary. I need all of my raza to come together. No Mexican candy for Stephan Sterns at all.
Yeah. Not happy about him having anything he likes. But yeah, canned mackerel and Slim Jim surf and turf, baby, Nancy.
Oh my God, you living high now.
And then
Hope you're eating
Kelly,
that shit with pinkies up, you highfalutin ass.
you actually can send some food from the outside. So with Tisha, we did some research and I found this company so we heard her talking about, she told us that she could order KFC, but we did find out that like at the prison, they have certain things like this company that they contract through that your family can call and order you like a hot pizza. Well, then there's also one other they do contract work with that you can order like boxes. What do you call those boxes? Like care packages.
Care package.
Yeah, you can order they call them care packages and they come with like just like chips, different snacks in it. So it has to be, I've not seen it from Amazon. She could only get books from Amazon, but they do have like companies they work with that you can. So but that's only at her, it's different.
That's at prison. It's not like that. I mean, and there are some jails, actual jails, that you can get food ordered in. Like DoorDash. Like you can get Subway. You can get, I know.
Wow. Didn't know that. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And, it is different at every time. So, at every jail, I mean, so it is what it is. Okay. I'm trying to have a cigarette outside and the kids are like really far away, but they're playing so loud. They're on the other side of like mom's house. So
they're having the time of their life, I bet.
Apparently so. It sounds like it. And they're not screaming or crying. So,
well, that's good. Yeah. As long as that's not happening, everything's good.
Who knows? Maybe the sardines, those would probably be fillets as well, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
They probably won't be the whole fish, not like anchovies are sometimes,
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'll keep trying to get those because I want to try them out, put them on a saltine cracker or something.
Yeah. That works. All right.
Yeah,
You get hot chocolate there?
No, I do not get hot chocolate, I don't think. I've looked at the drink mixes and I haven't seen hot chocolate.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, I got some fruit punch beverage mix, and that's pretty good. For about $4.50, I get 8 pouches, and each of those pouches is good for 2 servings in these little 6-ounce cups. So in reality, it's like 16 servings.
Okay.
So it's actually a decent deal. So that's basically what I've been doing, just getting coffee,
So we're
hard candy,
definitely
the
not
saltine
getting
crackers,
through this.
and then every once in a while I'll splurge and get
I
some
want to
spicy
speed
peanuts
it
or
up
like
past this food talk and shit. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna speed it up just in
this time, you know,
the commissary.
got the seafood stuff, and I even got a couple of terry cheese sandwiches.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll splurge.
What brand of Danish is it?
Clover Hill.
Okay.
Yes, like a bear claw.
Hey, look at it. Yeah, that's a cool food service company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is like these sort of off-brand, like the spicy peanuts are from Moon Lodge. Hard candies are from like Corner Store Candy, things like that. It's all distributed through the Keith Commissary company out of Missouri, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but it's actually, you know, some of these things are actually pretty good. The Moon Lodge snacks are very good. They have this buffalo blue cheese ruffle chips. I tried those on one of my last big splurges, and those are actually surprisingly good. And their sour cream and onion chips are actually very good. Some of the best.
Yeah,
sour cream and
that's why
onions I
you
have.
got like $2 left in your commissary
So,
account, splurging over here, you piece of shit.
You've
Fuck
tried
out of
everything.
here. Yeah.
That's
What's
interesting.
on my bucket list? Let me
No,
try
it's
all
okay.
the commissary, things they offer in commissary at the jail. Get out of here. Ugh.
Yeah, the vinegar salt. He's like, I think Dad just asked, "Have you tried salt and vinegar?" Like what?
Oh
They're
my
not.
gosh.
No salt and vinegar, no all dressed,
Oh, yeah, my
no Zapp's voodoo chips, nothing like that.
Yeah.
You should, if you've never tried the Zapp's voodoo chips, by the way, you should get them at the store. They're really good. They're like crunchy terra cooked chips. Oh, yeah, they remind me of all dressed. It's got a little bit of all.
Our taste buds are kind of changing. A lot of stuff we just doesn't taste good to us.
Yeah, my taste buds have changed too, honestly. When I first got here for the first week, I wasn't able to eat the food. And it's funny how eventually your body forgets what good food is supposed to taste like.
No, eventually self-preservation kicks in and you just eat what you get.
Yep, you get hungry enough to eat anything, and then I'm able to eat, you know, a lot of the stuff now, including the vegetables that are just bare vegetables without anything on them. Bare broccoli, bare cauliflower, bare carrots, you know.
Well, you have to understand that with your blood pressure problem, they're not giving you any salt on that stuff.
Oh, no, I'm not getting the normal trays. They took me off those diet trays.
Okay.
But they don't put salt or butter on stuff anyway because, you know, that would be too good. You know, they don't want to make the food taste good. They don't want people to want to be here. You know, if the food is actually decent, and, you know, there's not much incentive for people not to come here when they're homeless or desperate.
Shut up with the food, man.
Not that it matters because homeless people are getting thrown in jail anyway. If the Florida legislature passed a bill that made it illegal to camp in public places or sleep in public places. So these places have become mental hospitals and homeless shelters.
Well, Trump was right when he called DeSantis the sanctimonious.
Yeah, that guy,
The man thinks he's a little god now.
Oh God.
you know, he definitely is a goose-stepping little dictator who tiptoes around in high heel shoes and is thinking.
Listen, I'm not giving an opinion either way, but what she said was Trump was right when he called DeSantis the sanctimonious.
Yeah, which is interesting to me because he used to really like DeSantis.
Oh.
He did, yeah, back in 2020. Yeah.
Oh,
him and
Trump, you
DeSantis.
mean.
Yeah, they were buddy. And now I guess the friendship door is closed.
Yeah, and they were both running for office. But I believe, isn't DeSantis's wife trying to run for governor next of Florida?
I don't know if she is or not because she had a breast cancer scare. I mean, she had, but I guess she's recovered from that. Maybe who knows?
I remember seeing something where he was talking about how brave she was during that.
Mm-hmm.
And like he was encouraging her to do it or something. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman, though. That's for sure.
She is.
The shift that is Florida.
The only thing he did good was support us during COVID.
Right.
And that was just to give the middle finger to Washington, basically.
So everything else he's doing is seriously undermining civil, constitutional, and human rights.
Yes, it is.
So I've not been happy with what the party's been doing down here for a long time.
Okay, I don't want to hear this either.
But,
I'm sure they're heartbroken that they don't have your vote anymore.
Yeah.
unpleasant talk that I don't want to talk about. The sad ass.
Hey, do you guys get the vote in there?
You can petition to have your rights restored to vote, but I'm not sure exactly how that works. I read something about it in the inmate handbook.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure, depending
He
on what
can
it might
vote
depend
because
on
he's
your charges
awaiting
or
trial.
your levels. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Anyway, so what's for dinner, guys?
1 minute
Oh,
remaining.
we had some ravioli.
Oh, here goes the 1 minute thing because I want to hear
I can't believe it's 1 minute left already. This is ridiculous.
in 10 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
And by the way, you don't have to start the live for the redirect to go there, but it does, I think, probably work smoother. But yeah, we the other day somewhere we tested it with, I think it was with Melissa, and the live hadn't started
okay.
yet, and it still worked.
By the way, Melissa, if you're like driving or something and you can hear this, I set your live for a redirect, just so you know.
Oh,
It's already done. And I don't have my live scheduled till 6:15, just in case.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll still end at 7. We'll just try to get through a little bit of this next call and then come back and finish in a couple of days or something, whenever we can.
Okay, babe.
Okay.
I might not be able to call you back in another 15 minutes. I'll try, but if you don't hear from me next couple of days, I'm much closer to the officers now, so they can get around to me. I'm not on the other side of the pod anymore, where it takes longer to get to me and ask for the phone back.
Okay.
All right, but I'll try again in 15 minutes.
All right.
A couple days, okay?
Okay.
Okay, love you.
All right,
Bye.
you both. Bye.
Press 1 for English. The time is
Oh, he did call right back.
6
Okay.
p.m.
Hey there.
Hello. Good night.
Yes,
Can you hear
Robin.
me okay?
Really avoiding the
Can you hear
big.
me okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. I have about $7 left in the debit account after this call.
I'll put money in now.
Okay.
Okay.
Me?
Anyway, so you guys had a good dinner. That's nice.
I wouldn't say good.
It's sufficient.
The,
Better than what you had, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
You would be surprised to see your father. He is down over 60 pounds. I am down 47 pounds.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yep.
right, Jay.
Yep. I've lost a lot of weight too, and I'm starting to exercise a little bit myself during the day. So I've been doing a lot of push-ups and crunches and squats and whatnot.
Well, that's why I sent you that Kata book with the exercises, because it uses isometrics, you know, and they were saying, well, maybe they'll think it's a fighting book. And I said, it's not a fighting book, it's an exercise book, and it makes you sound in mind and body. And if anybody needs that, it's someone in jail.
Well,
Sound in mind and body.
if they think it's questionable for any reason, they'll reject it and then ban it.
Okay?
Did you get my list of books, by the way, from the social workers?
I think did we?
No.
No?
I get them there.
No.
Fax that to you, or I don't know. Anyway,
How many books can we send you at the time?
I have no idea. I don't think there's any limit to the mail you can receive, as long as it doesn't pose like a security or like logistical concern.
So I don't know if they're dieting or not, but I'm sure that when your child has been accused of this, that you're probably going to be so stressed it's hard to eat. You're probably going to be sick at times to where you can't eat, you know?
Yes, I do. I agree. Sorry, I was delayed in getting
Do you guys?
Sorry. No, that's okay. Yeah. No, and then you muted back. Oh my God. No, that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna play this until like 2 minutes till, and then we'll pull it down and go and start the end and go over there. Okay.
Oh, sounds like a plan.
Okay.
One thing that Rebecca told me today when we were talking about the Kata book, she says, you'd be surprised at the raunchy romance novels some of these guys get.
Oh yeah. Mental Health gave me a novel that turned out to be it was a thriller, but it was a romance novel. I was reading that, I was like, this is like pure word smut.
Yeah, well, that's a housewife porn.
Yeah, no kidding. It's I call it literature designed to stimulate ovulation.
Yeah. Yep.
That's yeah. They're like, yeah, you can't have anything with nudity or depictions of nude people or anything like that. But that stuff is like, clearly allowed. I'm like,
They paint the picture.
yeah, a very graphic one, I might add.
Yeah. Probably not what they should be getting inmates in prison.
Well, I don't know. I mean, from what I've seen, a lot of the novels on the book card are romance novels, which leads me to believe that most of the readers are female anyway, so they probably have a great time with that.
Maybe.
But,
Maybe.
well, anyway, I'm just hoping to get some Michael Crichton novels and some classic literature, some Tolkien.
Oh,
And put in a request on my page for some manga comics, like the Japanese comic book / graphic novels.
Oh,
that a lot of the
Jesus,
anime shows
fuck.
are based
Shut
on.
up.
I talked to mental health. They said stuff like that should be okay as long as it's bound with glue and not staples like a regular comic book. I said, yeah, these are bound with glue. They're more like graphic novels.
Oh,
Okay.
But they come in series, and they're the basis for a lot of what the animated shows are based on. So
Okay.
if I can't consume the animated shows here, I can at least see what happens with the stories.
Okay, that works.
And at least the ones that I've requested should be okay. I don't think they've got anything bad. I don't think they've got like any outrageous nudity or anything in them. Sometimes, manga comics do, because sometimes anime does, because the Japanese have a different attitude towards it. But the ones that I've requested, I think, should be safe enough.
he's such a
Are those
weirdo.
available through Amazon?
Yes, they are.
No. Ask them to send us a list. Put it on the list.
Well, we gotta get the first order confirmed.
Yeah.
We gotta establish that we can actually get this going, and then I'll tell you which titles to go for. But I do have one of the ones that I want. It's Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh my God.
And it's
I won't remember that.
it's okay. It's a complete series.
Allie, I
I
have to give you something.
Okay.
Remind me to send you the gift that I made and the voice that I put together of Peter Griffin saying, "Oh my God, who the hell cares?" That's where we're at right now.
Yes. Oh my God. For real. Who the hell cares? I'm still going to play it for a second, but I think we won't hear anything else, of interest till probably the next call, because this is that same night.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we'll play for another 2 minutes or so. See where we're at.
like larger consolidated volumes. And I actually have volume 1 in the drawers, in the plastic drawers beneath my desk, if you wanted to look at that for reference and see what I'm talking about.
10 more minutes. Jeez.
Okay.
I think there's like 5 or 6 of those volumes.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, they won't let me send them to you, so that'll
No,
never happen.
but if you wanted to reference it and see what I'm talking about, and then look
Okay.
for Amazon, that's what I'm saying, for reference.
Okay.
And anyway, we'll figure it out. We got to get
We will.
established first.
We got a long time to figure it out, too.
Yeah, well, no kidding. Apparently, from what I've heard, but we're gonna see what happens.
Remember what they
But I really
found out
hope this feeling of peace and serenity is. I hope it's some sort of sign.
I hope so, too. I really do.
Even as many near-death experiences I've had, and as many times as God has delivered me from the jaws of death, I can't believe that He would do all of that just for me to end here.
Oh, wait a minute
Well,
now. No.
I can't believe that you put those-
I'm going to
those-
stop right there, sir. This is something that people frequently get twisted. God does not interfere with free will. Okay? You made the choices that you made. Shut your fucking mouth. Even my heathen ass knows this stuff.
The last part, sorry.
Thoughts and desires in you either. But something happened.
I can't confirm or deny anything, obviously. I don't want to
Hold on.
do any damage.
That's all.
Well, I can't believe that He put those thoughts and desires in you either. But something happened.
I can't confirm or deny anything, obviously. I don't want to do any damage to
No.
here, but it's a lot more messy and complicated than everyone would like it to be.
Well, I kind of figured that.
It would be a lot more simple and a lot more easy if I really was just a horrible monster, but it's not like that.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
And that's what Rebecca
How
said
do you know?
today. She said, I don't tend to think of them as bad people. I tend to think of them as people that have done something wrong, that they have a lot of good still in them. And I said, well, that's exactly what he is. He's got a lot of good in him. A lot.
I've done
Where?
good. I've done much, much more good than I have bad. But it's funny how, people only ever focus on the bad and all the good counts for nothing.
Well, that's what they always said. It's like being late to work. When you're late once, they don't forget it. When you're on time 360 days a year, they don't think about it.
Yeah. Well,
No.
Or when you're bad, they don't forget. When you're good, they don't remember.
Yep. If we had to put all my good deeds and weigh them against my bad deeds on a scale, the good would far outweigh the bad.
No.
Well, because God
Agree.
considers
No way in hell.
sins a lot different than you do. You just never know how it works out. But I mean, just thinking bad thoughts about your parents, believe it or not, that's a sin. Talking back is a sin. Lying to them is a sin. Stealing,
Okay, we're going to end on the cliffhanger. It's hard, but we have to do it. So, but this will be good and interesting for us to come back to as well. So, we're going to pause right here. It is in the middle of this call, but we have to get to Jen's, and I know she's doing a quick live. I don't want to cut into that. So,
Oh, babe,
first
you're
of all,
all right. I get it though, but I know you have stuff to do too, so I know.
yeah, but especially I don't want to cut into that because you're like already trying to fit it into a specific time. So, I just want to say the comparison's not the same, like showing up to work late, blah, blah, blah. That's not
No.
even at all comparable. And I can't believe she said like that. I can't believe he put these thoughts and desires in you either. Like what?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just like maybe digest that and give our thoughts some more when we get back. And then I'm going to go ahead and end it right now, you guys.
Okay.
I'm not going to say a long goodbye. I really do appreciate all you guys being here, the mods, the chatters, everything. Please come and join us over at Jen's. This stream will actually turn into hers, which is going to turn into Melissa. So it's a little train happening.
Yes. Choo-choo.
And yeah, so no, I don't want to digest that. Well, you know
Mm.
what I mean. We got to think about it, and we'll come back to it. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Have a great night, Jen. Thank you for coming, and
Thanks
I'll
for
see
having
you
me, babe.
in a little bit over at yours.
All right. Bye, you guys.